Hello everyone, welcome back to Art a la Carte. In this video, I'm going to be showing you my favorite items for the month of February 2016. First item doesn't really seem like an art supply item, but I use it all the time, and it is my paper cutter. So I got this paper cutter at my local Joann Fabrics. I'm able to cut really straight lines of paper. So what's really nice about this paper cutter is it has this ruler here, which you can bring out and unfold so that it has this really, find the best way to put it in the screen there. So you get a really nice length there. You pop this open, take this out, have it be the measurement that you want. So it has the measurements here. So if I want 8 inches, I put this right there, right up against that, clap that down, and then just push that lever across. And it cuts a really nice clean line. It doesn't get all jaggy or anything like that. So that's a tool that I use probably at least once a day, if not more. Another one of my favorite items is something that one of you guys sent me. So this month I got a green Cool Erase color pencil to draw with, and it even has this really cool little sticker of kind of like the How to Train Your Dragon emblem right there. But I love this. I don't have green. I have blue and red and terracotta, but I don't have green. So I've been having a lot of fun drawing with this green color erase pencil. So thank you so much to You Know Who You Are. Thank you so much for sending this. I really have been enjoying this, so that's awesome. Another art supply, which doesn't seem to be much of an art supply, is this ruler here. And I like drawing with rulers when I need a really straight and crisp line, and I like this one because, as you can tell, it's see-through, which allows me to see what's going on behind this picture. And let me show you why. So I'll use this picture of the amethyst dragon to show you, because I actually use this ruler with this. So what's nice is you can see it's blocked off into little blocked grids. It has 1/2 inch to 1 inch, and then it has blocked off this way. So there's actually 2 inches here and 12 inches down this way. So I can see that there's, so I can make a nice full inch border around here. And I like a see-through ruler rather than like a, solid ruler, so that I can really make sure that I'm getting the best line here. So now let's move on to my 2 book picks of the month. I have so many different art books, and it would just be almost insane to do a bookcase tour. I do want to do one, but I'd like to show you the books in a little bit more detail. So each month I choose out 2 books from my bookcase to kind of showcase, and ones that I've kind of been looking at that month. So the first one I want to show you is my book of Celtic or Celtic art. And because I'm kind of planning out possibilities of different art for the St. Patrick's Day. And I love this one. This is like my brain book. Like if you need exercise for your brain, try doing these kind of intricate knots. So there's a lot of words, like reading in here, and I actually haven't really read a lot of this, but then there's just tons and tons of sketching and just the building up of all these different types of knots. And it's just amazing to see how, it's all gridded out, and then how all these knots come to be. So then they also go into like letter decorating and things like that. It's just fun to look at. Sometimes if I'm running out of inspiration, going through this book really helps me kind of get some good ideas. The second book of this month is a book called Creating Characters with Personality, and this was written by Tom Bancroft, and I don't know if you can see, introduction was by Glenn Keane. Glenn Keane was one of the animators at Disney that I really, really admired, so anything that he kind of endorsed or Eric Goldberg endorsed, I was always kind of immediately drawn to, and I was not disappointed in this book. So this book has just a really great, easy to understand how to draw cartoons and get a really fun cartoony style. Kind of more on the animated cartoon style, I would think. But they go through all different kinds of characters, and I like this because it's a really family-friendly book. They give a lot of fun assignments in here as well. And it doesn't do just people, but as you can tell, animals and all sorts of different techniques. So yeah, so if you ever can find this book, I definitely suggest flipping through it and seeing if this is something that might help you. So it's not my plan to have a favorite app on every favorites video, but if I happen to have an art related app that I think you might find helpful, I'm definitely going to show it. And I just happened to find one that I really, really liked. And so it's called Art Pose, and there's 2 versions. There's the male version and the female version. So if you've ever gotten one of those little wooden modeled posers and you can kind of bend them around, you're going to find this very, very similar and helpful, but way more detailed. So let me show you. Now, before I get into showing you this app, let me have a quick disclaimer. As you can see, this is the app. And for my more family-friendly minded viewers, the nudity level on this version of the app is that of an old school Ken doll. So if you had no problem with what an old school Ken doll looked like, then you will have no problem with this app. With that disclaimer, if you have a problem with that, I would go ahead and just skip ahead. So the reason I love this app is, one, you have this awesome model here. And with this model, as you turn this around, you can get a 360-degree view of the model. You can also pull down or raise up, which is pretty awesome. So you can get any angle that you could possibly want from this model. Another thing you can do is on the sliding bar here, you can go ahead and make him less fit or more fit if you want to have more of a superhero character. With here, you can zoom in or zoom out on your character, getting quite close. Now, this is what I would consider the kind of the statue, kind of makes him look like he's carved out of marble. But if you want to look at more of how the muscle structure is, if you touch this button here, it changes to be the muscle structure. So you can see how the muscles go together. It reminds me kind of that one anime, the Attack on Titan. So if you don't like the red muscles, you can have a gray muscle. But it is nice to be able to know where muscles and the tendons are. So right up here at this top corner, there is a light bulb. And if you hit this light bulb and move your finger around, you can change where your light source is, which is nice for learning how to add shadows for dramatic lighting and all that kind of stuff. And then also, if you just tap on the light bulb, you can have your choice of, I think, 3 different hairstyles or just the bare scalp. All right, so that on its own could be cool, but then there is this button down here, which if you tap on this button, it places all these little kind of dots on here. If you tap on one of the red dots, it turns it green, and then you can pose him in all sorts of different ways. So this allows you great ability to change how he's bent. It just puts him on a rig. It does take you a little bit of time to kind of figure out, how to move your finger to get everything to move. There's a little bit of a learning curve, but it's not super bad. You can go over to this button here, and it allows you all of these different poses that you can choose from. It automatically puts them in the poses to be able to draw. And then you can also go back and manipulate from that pose. So there's 4 different panels of poses to work with. So it's pretty stinking awesome. Another fun feature is down here you have these 2 hand things. You can change the position of his hands to a couple of different positions here as well, which is nice to be able to get some different gestures. So I'm really excited about this posing tool. I think it will really help me to kind of be able to create some more dynamic poses in the future. The female app has the exact same features going on with all the different things that you can do, but I will let you know that the anatomy of the female has a little bit more detail to it. So for my viewers who are a little bit more sensitive to that, I want to be respectful to them, but just to let you kind of know, you can do all of these same things that you can do with the addition of just a few different hairstyle options but really not that much different. But definitely, in my opinion, well worth the $2.99 that I spent on each of these apps. Speaking of digital downloads, I want to go ahead and premiere. I know it's a day early, but it's leap year, so technically, if it wasn't leap year, this would be March 1st. But I want to go ahead and premiere March's coloring page as well. So this month's coloring page, if you guys have been following me on Instagram, you're probably rather surprised that this is the piece, because I have been working on several different pieces trying to get it ready for March. And as I tell you, as I work on pieces for the coloring page, it goes through several different qualifying processes. The initial sketch has to be exciting enough that I want to continue it. The actual inking in process, which can take days, if not weeks, to work on. And then I have to actually want to color it after it's finished. And all of these things, at any point, a piece can be shelved or put back through the process. As you may remember, February's piece was the Red Queen, where I was doing kind of a stylized version of the Alice in Wonderland characters, and I was really excited to work on the Mad Hatter piece, and a lot of you guys saw some preliminary sketches for that. She has just been set aside. I'm still working on her. I'm not completely satisfied with her. I could have finished up what I had and had it ready for March, but it just wasn't there yet. And I don't want to rush a piece. I want it to be the best piece that I can make for you guys. So this piece is called Unicorn Garden, and just had this idea of doing a really pretty unicorn, kind of a simple drawing for her. And then just put some crazy detail into the flowers in the background. I had some comments asking for more of a simple piece for people who aren't ready for the super hyper detail. But I always love having some really good detail in there. So I thought this would be a nice mixture of the two, having a nice simple unicorn that would have a lot of coloring options. I mean, you could have this, unicorn, just your basic white unicorn, or you could have it any color of the rainbow or any kind of texture pattern, whatever. You can have a lot of fun creating this unicorn. And then, of course, the flowers in the background are fun to create as well. But for those of you guys who purchased this downloadable coloring page are going to find some hidden friends in there. I think I have 3 different like fairies type gnome creatures hidden in the garden, and they're, that's kind of a fun little treasure hunt to find the little friends in the garden there. I had so much fun coloring it, and I hope you guys do as well. So if you're interested in purchasing this month's coloring page, head to my Etsy shop. I will have a link to this piece in the description box below, where you can pick up a copy of your Unicorn Garden. And if you want to check out my other coloring pages, I will have those also in my shop as well. So thank you guys so much for hanging out while I shared my favorite things for this month. So let me know in the comments, what are your favorite kind of art-related items for this month? I love to kind of hear what people are into and what they're using, what their favorite thing to draw for this month is. Well, again, thanks for hanging out with me. And until next time, God bless you guys, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.